Hi everybody, welcome back to part 2 on our tech talk on tyres. So we've got an older tyre out here that's done a few runs, a few Ks on the track, just to demonstrate what happens to the tyre when it's out there. There's a few ways that a tyre will degrade. One of the ways is just through naturally, just going through the heat cycles on it. So when we're out there, we're constantly warming tyres up and we're cooling them down again. So what happens is you've got the nice elastic bonds inside the compound, and eventually they'll be stretched too far and they'll break. So those broken up pieces of rubber, what actually happens is some are actually thrown clear of the car. They land on the track in what's known as a marble. The other ones, they actually get caught by the tyre before they've even gone anywhere. So you can imagine if you're dragging a pencil eraser across paper and you see those rolled up bits of rubber, imagine trying to stick them back on the eraser. They're not going to really work as well the second time you stick them on there. So it can be detrimental. Our engineers, they're constantly collecting data on tyres. You need to know as much as you can because of all the variables that play out there. So you've got your weather, track temperature, how old your tyre is, what you've used it for. One thing our tyre guys do to track this is measuring the pin depth on the tyre, like what you call your tread depth on your car, and you can measure how deep the tyre is. So you can do things like you can measure how much the camber's wearing the inside section of the tyre. Generally, if you see more wear on a centre pin than the outside one, it'll mean something's happened. You've either started with too high a pressure or the tyre's overpressured while it's out there getting hot on the track. So on the topic of marbles, what they are, it's a degraded piece of rubber that's been flung from the car, and they rest out on the circuit there. They're like little rocks that you go out and you pick up. You have to be really careful of them. We can see one marble that's been picked up on the tyre here. Generally you'll find that these things start becoming a problem if you're being stuck on the outside of a circuit for too long. So if you're battling somebody and you're offline, you'll be picking up these bits of marble. The other one that you have to watch out for is when a safety car's out and the cars are doing a lot of weaving. Sometimes if you swing too wide in a dangerous area, you'll pick up a lot of marbles and it will really hurt the restart. So what we have here is a green tyre. This has come straight from Dunlop to the track. It's not quite ready to use though. We generally go out for one run. It needs sort of a final bake. We go out there and get the tyre really hot. So you generally won't see these come out until the qualifying sessions of a weekend. Where you can switch on the tyre basically and go out there and get your really fast lap times in. One of the things that's come in the last few years is we can now monitor tyre pressure on the cars. So if you see a bare rim, you'll actually spot this guy in there. That's your tyre pressure sensor on the car. One of the big things is we can see when we have a tyre blowout on the car and we can quickly warn the driver about it. One thing you'll see a lot of at a supercar racetrack is stillages full of these guys. We use a lot of nitrogen gas when we're out here, not just for jacking up the cars and running air tools in the garage, but also for filling up the tyres. It's an inert gas, which means it's not really reactive. It handles a lot of temperature swings within the tyres without changing its pressure too much. It's really predictable. The other thing we use it for is water moisture content. So when you have water in the atmosphere, your average air sample will contain about 1% water. It can swing wildly at the temperatures we operate the tyres at. You don't want a variable like that in a race tyre. Thanks very much for joining us for another episode of Jeram Tech Talk. Hope you like watching them as much as we enjoy making them for you. If you enjoy them, please leave a comment below. Back to work.